Welcome back, folks. So today, obviously, we made a little bit of a hiccup last time round. So we're going to be doing a lot of contract work because we need to get some money coming in. We potentially might need to buy a new tractor. So we need to set ourselves up in a good position funds-wise to do so. Looking good for a little bit of wool. Sheep seem happy. They got their feed. Is it worth selling the wool anywhere at all? Best price is April's not a million miles away, so we can just hang on for a little bit. But yes, contracts. So what the plan today is, I'm going to get as many workers as I can working on contracts. It might seem a little bit counterproductive in some way. I'm thinking if we can get workers on fields doing stuff, then obviously the amount of workers that we have going are hopefully going to pay for each other. And in my head, that means you're sacrificing a couple of fields to pay for the workers' cost to do stuff, but you're also getting money coming in. I just got to remember which stuff goes to which field now. So what I'll do is I'll run around the headlands in the hope that it helps things out a little bit. That's what you do, right? That's all the jazz of how things work. So if I run around here, then I can get the worker to fill in the bit in the middle. And all should be well. In theory. Having said that, the worker might be smart enough just to be able to do it himself. Don't need me. Which means I could free myself up to do another field. I think that's probably a better idea. I'll just zip to the end here, turn it around, set the worker up, see where he gets on. As long as he does enough of the contract, you know, seen how bitty and bobby these fields can be, they still accept 100% completion, so it should be okay, actually. The worker can work this one out himself, can't he? Right, hire some help. There we go. Let's see what we can do here. Will it accept it if we go this way? Away you go. Beautiful stuff. If we load our workers on the more expensive ones, they can crack on and just get to it. And I can hopefully jump on the small ones and blitz around the small ones. Set this one up. That's another one on the go. Ah, we can only have 3 contracts activated. My bad. Alright, I'm going to take over this one then. Boot him out. I thought you could have up to 6. I'm guessing you can only have 6 workers. 6 workers and 3 contracts. Makes a little bit more sense. So if I run this one manually, them other 2 will get themselves sorted out easy enough. Jobs are good and away we go. All of this just to get a little bit of money coming. I'm going to try and hit a lot of contracts today. I want to see if we can get a nice amount of money in and almost do like a day. What happens if we get all these contracts done in a day kind of thing. See where we can get to. Get a lot of funds. Both the other 2 fields have just had 20% completed. That's awesome because obviously when they tick through and carry on going, we can complete those contracts and pick up some more. So we are 50% done on our field. Contract 32 is 90% done on their field, which is awesome. And that means the other one on 50, whatever it is, should be about 80-90% done as well. So that's going in the right direction at least. Okay, contract 32 is finished. So that is this fella. So he doesn't need to carry on doing what he's doing anymore. So we can boot him out, collect that contract, bada bing, bada boom, pull up another one, field 33, we'll borrow the items for that. We can hook up and we can get going. Beautiful works. Before you know it, everywhere will be cultivated and it'll all because of our little workforce. Or something like that anyway. Hey, field 57 is now finished. Brilliant stuff. So what we can do is we'll turn this. We'll stick a worker on him. Go sort out the field 57 stuff. Get another contract on the go. Just keep plugging away and plugging away and plugging away. We are making a little bit of cash as we go, so it's not too bad. Boot him out of there. Jump into the contracts. Select that one. Let's going well. So this is for field 30, and it might be the last contract that we do, actually, because the rest of the stuff's getting too far away from where we are. There's a lot of transport time in there. Don't necessarily need that transport time. Field 30's around here somewhere as well, so it's nice and close. So this is us. Beautiful. Now I get that we haven't made as much money as we could do because we've been renting all the gear as well as putting workers on it, but sometimes you've got to spend money to make money. That's how I feel. And like I say, we are chasing the price of that tractor as well, so could be up to 125,000 that we need in order to get a tractor that might be powerful enough to pull the direct drill that we kind of made a faux pas and got last time. I don't mind this. Obviously, cultivating all this stuff this time round probably means next time round it's going to want planting anyway, so there's plenty more to do. You just got to keep on top of it. And it just shows me that, you know, the contracts do have a little trickle of money coming in. I think I prefer to do the ones where you harvest the fields though, or bale stuff and whatever, because I think you keep the value that you sell, right? Or at least that's what it seemed to be. I might be miles off there, but for example, if I harvest a field and we get some sort of grain, then I go sell the grain at the location that it says to sell it at, it feels like I get that money for that grain as well as the contract field. So yeah, it's kind of like a double bubble. That's what I kind of liked when we did the baling last time round, and I was able to keep a couple of the bales. Contract was completed, I had bales left on my trailer, so I was like, you know what, I'll use them for myself, and it's gonna feed us over nicely for the sheep, so we don't have to stress too much about food with those guys. I just find it interesting how the contracts work, really, and you make money from them, which is good. Also keeps the days ticking over, otherwise you'd just be skipping through the sort of cooler months while you're waiting for stuff to happen with your own fields. So it's nice to keep on top of stuff and just keep going. Field 69 is finished. That is beautiful. I will finish this one off manually, and then we'll go and get rid of all that stuff and claim it all back anyway. Grab all the contracts in, get some money, have a nice little payday today. Brilliant little payday, to be fair. Contract on field 30 is finished, even though it's not. We'll take the money. We're not overworking this time. We're just going in, grabbing the money, taking what we've got and running away for it. I want to say we've made about 30, maybe 30,000 just doing these contracts. Would that be right? That can't be right, can it? Maybe a little bit less than 30. But it's a nice sum of money anyway. Put it that way. It was a nice little bit of money. So the next question is, like, what do we want to buy for ourselves? Now, I know I'm saying about a tractor, which that's first and foremost. We have to get a tractor. But I would like to see if what we do have is capable. I know it says that it's underpowered to pull the direct drill, but if we can get away with it, then you know, maybe we don't have to buy a tractor after all, at least not straight away, which then opens up the options to look at getting something else. And given our current space, I think the next something else potentially should be a little bit more land. We're getting quite cramped in the farm where we are, especially with that sheep barn going up. The greenhouse is just there. It gets everything nice and compact, so to be able to get another couple of fields or something just opens things up a little bit more. There we go, that contract is finished. We're not going to hang around anymore. Jump in here, collect all that. Nice. Yeah, so contract income alone was 33,000 minus just over 1,500 for workers' payments. So that's pretty good going, you know. That is pretty good going. Gives us a grand old total once we've sold all the goods and stuff along the way. Gives us a grand old total of 33,400 today. That's pretty nice. Now I know that the sheep eat the grass, as I said before, so we've got a lot of it piling up back here, which is good for us. We want to keep the food going, and if we have we overproduce for bales, that's not a bad thing. We just have a little bit to sell every now and again. That'll do. We got one little bale out of it and a quarter of a big bale. Don't mind that at all. Just slide this away. He's not needed for now. Getting closer. Go get some sleep. As we are ramping up towards April, because come April, that's when we're going to be able to plant. How are we looking? We got a full pallet and a little more. Ooh, floating bale. Sheep are doing well. They're happy. Fields just need liming. How are we looking in terms of fertilizer though, up in here? So does that mean it can take another fertilizer? So we might be able to get away with fertilizing these. Don't know. Let's fertilize one and see if it makes a difference. I forgot this is the tractor that's got the skinny wheels on, isn't it? So we better use this one, not use anybody else. Let's see. We just trundle down here. Is this going to be 2 lots of fertilizer? Is that something that it needs? Or is it not going to make any difference at all? So if we turn off, we're going here. Yes, so it does need 2 levels of fertilizer. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So we can just run this over both of these fields. Just increase that yield bonus that little bit more. Might not need it in some people's eyes, but might be doing it in the wrong order in other people's. Just trying to learn. Things can be fertilized twice. Jobs are good in. As long as it doesn't grow any weeds, I'm happy. So hopefully we'll have a good yield of everything. Beautiful. Jobs are good, and get the wool sorted so it's ready to go next time round, because it should be at its most... It should be at its highest price next time round. So if we're ready to go, then that'll be fantastic. Where are we at now, actually? Yeah, so we're still on the way up. We are in March. If it comes up an extra little bit more, it'll give us another 300 quid each one, so not too shabby. Lovely. Now I don't mind saying we might as well sleep through March. There's not too much to do. That will be cultivated and drilled at the same time, so there's no real rush to go into that. Everything's been fertilized. Does it need weeding? Nope. Okay, now it's the big month. It's the month that matters. Let's have a look at that wool price. Yeah, so if we can get to the farmer's market, we'll be happy. There should be another pallet ready to go. There is. Ah, not quite, but we'll take it anyway. We will take it anyway. It's nearly there. It's only 50 litres short of being full, so it's not that bad at all. Get this down. Just sell it all off. And then we can come back and have a look at this field and see if it's something that we can do, or whether we are going to be slightly held up by the power of the tractor, in which case we'll have to see what we can do in terms of a tractor. For starters, we'll get this wool sold. There's a little bit of income for that. Right, let's see what this wool goes for. Pull it up and drop it off. Hey, not too bad. It's a nice number, actually. Well, I say it's a nice number. It's nearly a solid round 7. Okay, so this is the ultimate test. Is this tractor going to be able to pull this with the power that it's got? Does it have the power, or is it just going to bog down? Okay. Seems to be fine. It's fertilizing, it's planting, that's fine. So we might have avoided stuff there. It might not be so good if we've got to go uphill or something, but we're on relatively flat ground here, so that's not an issue for us. No issues with that whatsoever. That's awesome. So the money in the bank is the money in the bank, which is even better. Maybe it wasn't such a bad thing after all. I thought it was really going to be stressful, but turns out we got lucky. I am curious of the fertilization level though, because isn't oilseed radish supposed to add 1 level of fertilizer once you cultivate it? Or mulch it? Am I supposed to have mulched it? That's a good question. But in theory, this stuff should be like 100% fertilized now, because there's also fertilizer going in with the planting. So we'll get this done, we'll have a look. That's pretty good. So, fertilization level. It says it's only 50%, so I'm guessing I could have done that better then. I guess we'll never know. Maybe it was a situation where you cultivate it and don't seed. Because everywhere says that it should give us some sort of percentage, but it didn't. But in theory, that sorghum will be ready in a couple of months. That's why we planted it. So I could understand this growth pattern. Because it's here, and then it's like 3 months later, you know, we're harvesting it. If that's true, then that's pretty good. Although looking at oats, that's like a 2-month period as well. That can't be right. Surely it's a year. Grab a quick little contract. We're going to be doing some, I think this is fertilizing on field 69. So hopefully we can get this going. Get it all up and running. That'll be fantastic. Notice how it's empty though. Interesting. Who's going to provide me with the fertilizer? That was the whole point of renting the gear. Yes, we'll see what happens. We'll get all the way down to the field and it'll tell us nope. But if we use a worker should be able to buy the fertilizer. So it might get us out of jail free. There's also another baling contract to do, and I quite enjoy baling. It's only a small field, and it's 6,000. But now that we're in a good position financially, we've got over 100k. Those baling ones take a long time. They're great fun. I do enjoy baling, but to what extent? Now I'm wondering if I turn in here, get a helper in. No field found. There we go. There we go. He knows what he's doing. Oh, crumbs. Look at that money going down. That was probably better that we'd bought the fertilizer instead. Ooh. It's going to get costly. I didn't see what we started on, but it's going to get real costly. It's 10% complete. We've nearly spent $1,000. Well, I don't know, you know. It's only 750 litres of solid fertiliser. That's the most that we can buy. Maybe it does have to be expensive. That is a shame. We should have just used our own fertiliser if that was the case and spray it. I'm going to have to take this bale contract. It's only a small field though, so it's not too bad. And I only really need to rent a wrapper. So note to self, if we're going to do fertilising contracts, buy fertiliser, use our sprayer and do it that way. That is going to be an expensive field. I'm not looking forward to that. No, we've just got to hope that we can get a bale out of it all. Because I think this is set to be a big bale and I can't seem to change it, obviously, when you're half full. So fingers crossed we do get enough to get a bale. And then, of course, we've got to go get the big wrapper if this is going to be a big bale. Right, that contract's finished on 69. Thank God for that. It was ridiculously expensive. I don't want to do that again. We're about 4,000 up on a contract that costs us $8,000. It's like 4,000 worth of fertilizer. That's crazy. Never again. Never again. We now need something that can wrap all 3 sizes of bale, which is a massive error on my judgment, which isn't a bad thing because I do know that it does exist. Again, it's just money that I didn't particularly need or want to spend. But that's no big deal. Now, the wrapper that I do need, actually, is... It's one of these. I think it's this one. Yeah. So that was actually a lot quicker to bale. I know it's only the smallest field that we always bale, but bale it and wrap it, easy. Tied it down, away to go. Nice. Beautiful. Contract completed. That makes that other field look a little bit better, that's for sure. I do like baling. Yeah, so you do, on a baling contract, you do get to keep what you sell as well as the contract for the field. That is awesome. So it probably does benefit to keep doing those then. Same with the harvesting ones. Like the field preparation stuff, maybe not so much because there's a bit of expense there. But the harvesting one, the baling ones, you keep everything you sell, and then you keep everything for the contract itself. It's probably a better way to go, you know. Probably a better way to go. Right, well, that is another successful day. I'm going to jump on and do some contracts. I won't bore you with those because they're all weed and stuff. So I hope to see you again next time. You take it easy. Bye for now. Bye, guys.